Hey guys, welcome to lesson 9. In this lesson you are going to learn how to build and write fractions that are greater or bigger than one whole using unit fractions. So what we have been looking at is things like this, where if you had this, and this, and this, one whole you would say is 4 out of 4. Or the top number is the same as the bottom number. That's one whole. When these are the same, equals one whole. And if you have a fraction like this, and you have this one shaded, and you have this one shaded, this is actually less than one whole. It is only half a whole. Something like this, where the top is less, that is equal to less, oops, watch out for that, less than 1. And what we're going to be looking at is something that's more than 1, which means we're going to have more than one whole down here. So it would look more like this. That one shaded, this one shaded, this one shaded, this one shaded, and this one shaded. So on this one, we have each one of this one, and this one all have 4 pieces. They all have 4 pieces. We're not going to add those 4 pieces up. They all have 4 total in their whole. And now if we count the shaded pieces, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5/4 is actually bigger than one whole, because 4/4 is one whole. If you're confused, that's okay. We're going to go in, look at the problem set, and figure this whole thing out. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm going to do the first couple of these with you, and then you're going to do the remaining on your own on this front side. So a couple of things to notice over here. Each one only has 2 pieces, and so the unit fraction is half, and it's 1. Unit fractions always have this one on top, and however many total pieces on the bottom. So, we know there's going to be a 1 up here, but we don't know how many pieces, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both of these have 8 total pieces. So unit fraction is 1/8. Total number of shaded pieces is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 total shaded pieces. And if you look over here, this number 5 came from the shaded pieces, and this 2 came from the unit fraction. So we're going to take this 15 and write it up top. And then we are going to take this 8 and write it on the bottom. So 15/8. It's almost 2 whole pieces are shaded, but it's a little less. It's 15/8. Okay, on the next one, we're going to start by counting the unit fractions. So how many total pieces? Well, we know with the unit fractions that there's going to be 1 over something. We got to figure out what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're all the same shape. So I can assume they're all 6, or I can count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they all have 6. And now we got to count the shaded ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 shaded pieces. This number is going to come up here to 14 over 6. 14, 6. Alright, we're going to move down here to number D. And then I'll do that one with you, and then you guys will do the last couple. On letter D, we know, remember, unit fraction always starts with 1. And then we're going to count the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they both have 5, so it's going to stay 1/5. Okay, now we need to count the shaded pieces again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 shaded pieces. So we're going to take this 8, put it over here. 8 over 5. We have 8. Oops. Whoa. Back up, Mr. White. 8/5 for that one. Okay, you guys pause it and do the last 2 on this page and see how you do. See the work we did and see if you can figure it out, and then meet me on the back side. Alright guys, so these we're going to actually be building these fractions based off of the information we get from over here. So let's start with 8/6. We know if we write that as a fraction, it's like 8 over 6. That tells us that we need to cut both of these shapes into 6. So since these both need to be 6, we're going to go ahead and cut them into 6. And if we look at these ones, we know that each one is going to represent 1. This says 1/3. We're going to write, since each one of these is 1, we're going to write 1/6 in each one. We're going to try to. If I go too fast, don't worry, you can pause the video. Okay, now we also have this number 8. And if you remember from the front side, we get this 8 from the number of shaded parts. So we need to shade 8 parts, so we're going to go ahead and start doing that. Just like they shaded 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we go, we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That shows 8, 6. Then we're going to go on to down to the next one. We see right here it says 7/4. We're going to write 7 and 4. The unit fraction for that is 1/4, and we know we need to cut that into fourths. And again, we'll cut this into fourths. Now we also have this number 7, so we know we need to shade 7 of these, so we're going to come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's what 7/4 looks like. And on these guys, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and do them on your own. Don't worry about writing this in or this in. But I would like you to go ahead and do number C and D within the rectangles, making that correctly. And the last problem is a little word problem at the bottom, and it reads, Mrs. Jolique baked 2 pans of brownies. Draw the pans and estimate to partition each pan into 8 equal pieces. So 2 pans of brownies, we're going to make 2 rectangles. We'll pretend those are about the same size. We're going to cut them in half because we're trying to make 8 equal pieces. Okay. And then we'll go down here to A, and it says Mrs. Jolique's children gobbled up 10 pieces. Shade the amount that was eaten. So they ate 10 pieces. So we're going to count by 2s here. We're going to shade these 2, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8. So they ate that whole one. They ate up 8 and 10. Now we're going to write a fraction to show how many of the brownies they ate. And they ate 10 pieces. But how many are in each pan? I know we want to say they ate 10 out of 16 pieces. But we're actually going to say 10 out of 8 pieces because each pan only has 8 pieces. So it'd be 10 out of 8. She ate 10 eighths. Okay. And with that, you'll be ready to go on the homework and the exit ticket. Good luck. See you in lesson 10.